Hello everybody and welcome back to Big Brain Crypto. My name is Sam and today, after a long time, bringing a new video to you guys talking about the market, Bitcoin especially, and at the end I want to show you two altcoins that maybe have the potential for some nice gains over the next days or weeks, but we will talk about that later. And yeah, if you're new to this channel, guys, please subscribe, hit that like button if you like the video to help that channel growing. And yeah, I'm sorry for not doing anything over the last weeks, but yeah, my father died very surprisingly because of cancer, and this was a heavy shock for me. The day before he died, we were talking. He was in the hospital. We were talking, and I said, tomorrow I come back and want to see you. And some hours later, yeah, it was over. And I feel like not really saying goodbye to him because I really didn't think that this would happen. And I'm still shocked. I'm still really down, and my whole family. And there are some other things going on in my life that I have no explanation for it, why it is happening, but since almost 2 years I'm going through very hard times, and now something that is really making it more difficult is my father's death. So I'm sorry for not doing anything, but I'm trying to come back and believe in the good things of life, and so I hope that I'm able to make more over the next or from now on. Alright, so let's get into it, guys. If you watch my previous video, then you know that I've been bearish all the time. I didn't change my opinion while everybody was talking about the super cycle and Bitcoin will just go to the moon. I always said that I'm bearish and I don't think that this will happen. Of course, I was not 100% right. This is something that people can say because we made a new all-time high, although now we can say that this was just a bull trap, and people lost a lot of money because they thought they were going to 100k, 120k or whatever, and at the end they have to take that heavy loss. And I know a lot of people who lost their money because they thought that this is it, and after making a new all-time high here, we're gonna just see Bitcoin at least reaching $100,000, and this isn't what happened. And well, why did I say that I don't think that we're going to 100k and so on, and have to be more prepared for the downside? I have my charts, I have my analysis, I showed it in previous videos, and just a very simple chart here is showing us all the tops of the last cycles, and as you can see, this time it is again playing out. And now, does that mean that we're starting really the bear market here? And this is something that I want to talk about in this video, give you some price levels that I think are major levels to know if the bear market is really starting or Bitcoin still has a chance to move up. Now, as you can see, these red lines here, these are the times of the halvings, the previous halvings, and this is the next one that will be in 2024. And now, what is interesting about this halving times is that if we take a look, for example, from the points of topping out to the next halving, so for this one at the very beginning, we're talking about 519 days, then we're talking about 973 days, then we're talking about 882 days, and currently we're talking about again 882 days. So this means that after approximately, let's say the last time 880 days, we started to go into the bear market. And so we're really seeing some weakness in the market now for some months. All right, this is the monthly chart, and we've seen weakness in the market, and there is no real belief or whatever and not by the retail investors, I mean by those billionaires who are able to push the price up. They don't seem to be 100% sure that it makes sense to buy Bitcoin now. Otherwise, we would see Bitcoin pumping, and it's not happening. Although everybody is telling us that the institutional interest is getting bigger and bigger for Bitcoin and metaverse and what is going on, and that is right, absolutely. But maybe some of the big players say that, hey, you know what, yeah, that really is not, Bitcoin is a nice thing in metaverse, but I don't like the price right now. I want to get it cheaper. And so, in a way, they are able to manipulate the markets and bring the price back down to a position where they say, hey, you know what, this is something I like right now, and this is a price that makes sense for me to jump in. I don't want it to go lower, and yeah, I'm going to buy a lot. And so you've seen 880 days. Last time we started the bear market. For this one, it was 970 days, right? So it's somewhere near to each other, in my opinion. And also we're seeing a possible double top here on the monthly chart. It's possible, not 100% for now, but it's possible. Now, something else that is interesting, if we take now a look at the bottoms of the bear markets, what is also interesting here, if we go back in time to the bottom of this one here, we're talking about 366 days. From this point to the bottom, we're talking about 547 days. 547 days. Here we're talking about 517 days. And if this happens again, let's say 517 days again, then it means that we could reach the bottom right here in November 2022. So this means that from now on we're going down, again reaching this yellow support here, and this would be at a price of $13,800 approximately. And in my opinion, this target makes so much sense if we take a look at this level. And this level is so full of support when we once we come down to it, that it really makes sense to me to see a retest of this support in November 2022. Right? So at this point, seeing a retest of this really nice level here, let's make a line there to really point it out. At this level here, and look, I mean, this level is really beautiful. We have the bodies ending here of the last bull market. We have this candle here not able to get above it. And as soon as Bitcoin was able to cross this level here, Bitcoin pumped heavily. So maybe we see a retest of this level at the end of next year. And then, because we're close to the next halving, we see Bitcoin starting to come back up like it has always done, starting to come back up and then moving into the next halving. Something like here, for example, right? Moving into the next halving and then pumping. So this is something that I think is possible here, and there are some signs in the chart that are telling me that this is not that unlikely. I'm not saying that this is the only scenario that we can get to $120,000. Something that, for example, Plan B is telling us, I think he said $130,000. But also Plan B was wrong for the first time, right? Because he thought in November we're going to reach something above $70,000, and December we're going to reach $100,000, if I'm not wrong, hopefully. And yeah, it doesn't look like that. I mean, of course, December is not over. We still have 20 days left, and everything is possible in this market. But I'm just saying that also Plan B's model is not always right, and he's been wrong for the first time. And what I like about it is that he's been wrong for the first time at the same time when I was bearish. I like that. Doesn't mean that I'm always right, but I just like that. Also, taking a look at this chart that I showed you in previous videos, what you can see are these levels that are important for Bitcoin, and as you can see on this chart, we really failed at this level trying to get back into this zone or above this zone, above this line right here that you can see, and we were not able. We failed here and came all the way down to the bottom of this yellow box. So approximately $42,000. We came down to this box, and currently we are below this blue line. Now this is a bad sign in my opinion. Why is this bad? I'm going to show you what happened in the last cycles. So what you can see is, this is the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart we have a support line, and whenever the support line can't hold and we can't find support on it, we really go into the bear market. These are only 2 points, not much, but once it breaks, we're going down. Now again, for the next cycle, for the next parabolic move, so I'm only looking at the time when the parabolic move starts, not at anything else before it. So when it really started to get parabolic, again we have 2 points here, and as soon as Bitcoin breaks below this point, you see it cannot get above it, it gets rejected, we really go into this bear market. Now I have another example. This is for the last cycle, and when things really started to get parabolic, right? I hope you're with me when I say that this is for me the point when everything started to get parabolic. Again, we have here these 2 points, right? We come down to it for a third time, but as soon as we break it and can't get back above it, so very similar to what happened here, right? We fall below it, can't get back above it, we start a bear market. Same here, we fall below it, can't get back above it, we fall down. And now this is what we're seeing currently. Again, this is for me the beginning of the parabolic move. We come down to it one more time, we see that retest, it's okay, we find support, and then we go back up. And now, as you can see, for the first time of this cycle, we are getting a weekly close below this point. Now this point is at, let me give you a good target, this point is at approximately $49,000 to $50,000. What really makes sense, right? This price really makes sense because it's such a huge psychological level, like they told us about 10K, and I think 50K is even more important because this is a heavy price target in everyone's head. And so if Bitcoin is not able to get back above this weekly support, right? And so this is something that makes all I'm saying about a possible bear market nonsense, right? If we can get back above $50,000 and get a weekly close above it, then we're back, possibly back on track to get our super cycle, right? Because then everybody might be starting to say, hey, you know what? We're just seeing a ascending triangle on the weekly chart. Maybe something like this they told you, or something else that is possible. We come down to this zone, we find support on it, and all we get is a huge W. And once it breaks, we're just gonna go to $130,000, $150,000, right? So these are the scenarios that are possible, and we have to see. But all I'm saying is that every time we broke the weekly support, we moved into the bear market. So why not this time? Why not this time? I mean, Bitcoin's price is so high that maybe some institutional investors, I mean those really big ones, think, you know what? I love Bitcoin. I love the idea behind it. I love Metaverse and so on. But I want it cheaper. I want it cheaper. Why paying $60,000 if I can get Bitcoin for $15,000 or $20,000? And the charts currently, in my opinion, don't look that good. If I was an institutional investor, I would wait. I would wait to see, all right, can we get lower? No, we can. Oh, we're back above $50,000 on a weekly with a weekly close above it. Hey, you know what? All right, let's go back into it because maybe something huge is coming. We're not going down. This is a chart that I showed you in my previous video where I talked about this rising wedge formation here. And I said nobody is really paying attention to this, but maybe this is a rising wedge with these orange lines. And I also talked about the 144 moving average passing its own support levels. This was a video in my previous video. I talked about it and I said, guys, we have to see if we can find support on the 144. Then maybe we go back up and retest this rising wedge here, the resistance of it. And this is what happened. You see the 144 gave us perfect support here and we moved all the way back up, but then we broke down, and this is what we're getting. And I said that it's a very bad sign that the 144 passed its own support, because during a bull market, when we are really pushing higher and higher, this is something that only happens when it's over, right? And so something that could happen here is that we break now. Now, as you can see, we are below the 144. And look at this. For a couple of days, we were not able now to get back above the 144 with a daily close, and we're pushing down pretty heavily, and it's not looking good. And this is the 200 daily moving average. So this is also a very key level. So I think that if Bitcoin gets a daily close below $46,600, the daily close below it, then it's possible to go lower if for a couple of days we're not able to see a daily close back above the 200 daily moving average. So this is something that I would wait for. We fall below it. Let's see if Bitcoin can get back above it, because we are oversold. This is something that we don't have to forget. We are in a very oversold situation right now. So it's possible to get the interest of some buyers and see it pushing back up here. But if we can get back above the 200 daily moving average and back above the 144 moving average with a daily close, then things are really turning more into the bearish side than the bullish side. And again, the $50,000, $51,000 level is important, as you can see right here. Now, if we fall down, then the next support of the 144 is this blue line, which is at $31,300. This level really makes sense if we take a look at this chart right here, at these pink lines that you can see. And as you can see right here, this level is at $33,000. So this is a zone that is really important. So if we are not in a bear market, I don't want a weekly close below this zone here. A weekly close below this zone, then that's really, really bad. That's really, really bad, as you can see. Then things get very bad, right? So this would be a very heavy sign for me. But currently we're above it, and so this means if we come down to this zone and we find support right here somewhere around $30,000 to $35,000 on a weekly chart, and we get a weekly close above this zone, then all we might be seeing here is, like I said, a W, right? And then really pushing higher, and this is the interesting part for me as well. If we say that this is maybe playing out right now, and we're pushing down here, then if we make a measurement from bottom to top, and we say we break out again at this level, then we're talking about Bitcoin at $111,000, and we really have the chance to cross $100,000. And also, we are above these curves, right? Then we are above these curves, what never happened in history, but then we're above them, and maybe we get a new curve, right? So this is possible because Bitcoin is then going into a very different cycle. It will change the way it's going to move, and the price targets that are possible, and it's going to really pump hard like crazy, maybe even harder than everybody thinks. All right, so this is possible. So with this chart, guys, yeah, like I said, this is a target I'll be definitely watching. And then the next target is here at $20,000, and this is the long-term support of the 144, this yellow line, the long-term support. As you can see, I'm just connecting these points here. This is the long-term support, and this is something that really makes sense for the bottom of the bear market. This is something that I also did here. As you can see, I've been connecting these points and got this this line right here, and then Bitcoin, when it crossed its when the 144 crossed its weekly support here, the short-term support, as you can see, we moved all the way down to the long-term support. Price fell below it, then moved up and down close to this line, and then the 144 came, turned around, and things got bullish again. And so I'm connecting this point with this point here. What gives me this target, and this target is at $19,000, and if I'm right and we're gonna see the bottom at somewhere around $14,000, then it might be like this. We're going down, we fall below it, and then start dancing around this line and then moving higher. So something like we've seen here. We fall below it and then we come back up above it. So this would be something that I see possible here. All right. So that's it for Bitcoin, and I hope you got the those important targets that I see currently as the most important levels for Bitcoin to know what is going to happen. And the RSI and so on are really on an oversold side on a daily chart, and this can definitely bring us to a bullish move. So it's a difficult situation, and I think that we're going to see this kind of consolidation for a longer time before we see the actual move. One last thing on the weekly chart here, also something that I've showed you many times. As you can see, I was talking about this rejection when we come back up. If you remember my last videos, I was talking about this situation, and I said whenever the RSI came down to this level after a bull market, when it came down to this level, it usually means that the bull market is over. And so this is what we're getting here, and we're not going back into this zone where we get those parabolic moves, right? You see, whenever we're above this zone, we might potentially get those parabolic moves, and yeah, we got rejected by that for now. All right, so let's see what it brings us. And if we find support on this level, then we might go back up to this level, right? So next week could be bullish because the current week is not over. So let's see what happens. But if we fall below this level, then we're definitely, in my opinion, in the bear market. Like for example, the last time when we fell below this level, then you see we were close to the bottom, and so maybe we get something like this moving inside of these two levels. So let's see. We have to wait and see. But yeah, this is all not looking so good in my opinion for Bitcoin, and this rejection as well, and now falling also. Before I forget it, we have a weekly candle below the 21 moving average on the weekly chart, and if Bitcoin is not able to get above this with a weekly close, yeah, like I said, it's dangerous. It's really, really dangerous when something like that happens. It's dangerous. All right, now I want to show you two altcoins at the end of this video that I really like currently and I see potential. The first one is Syscoin. Today up 16%, have a supply of 888 million, which I think is good, and current market cap is at 444 millions, so it has definitely a potential to grow here and go into the billion. And they are really working to connect Bitcoin and Ethereum technology to, for example, bring those Ethereum gas fees down, and to make it possible for firms to bring their products and use the good sides of Ethereum and Bitcoin. And if we go to their homepage, it really looks good, and what I like is the ecosystem partners. We, for example, here have Binance, one of the biggest out there in the crypto space, and so it shows that this project is very yeah, a very good one. We also have Polygon on board, so this really is looking amazing in my opinion. And if we go and check out their Twitter, what we can see is that that they have the announcement: we have successfully deployed the first phase of our NAVM smart contract layer on at Syscoin, enabling everything currently possible on the Ethereum network, such as DeFi, Metaverse, NFTs, DAOs, and even meme coins, right? So this is really, really nice here, and they're going on with their project and having a very important update. And so I think that looking at the chart, right before I forget it, looking at the chart of Syscoin, what we can see is that they have a resistance at approximately 90 cents. So it might be a good one to take when you see it above 90 cents, because as you can see, there is a lot of interest in Syscoin, and the current price is also a good one. We're at approximately 70 cents. So I think that there might something be happening with Syscoin over the next days. If Bitcoin is stable and won't fall down, then Syscoin definitely has a chance. The last coin I want to show you is a risky one, but at the same time it has the potential to make a lot of gains. Today down 17%, but this isn't important here. What is important? We have the max supply of 6 million. This is not much. 6 million is very low. We have a market cap of currently 360,000. This is like nothing. So if it goes to 1 million, this is still like nothing, then you're already making something like 3x on your money. And now the good part of DeFi of Thrones is that what are they actually doing? They will bring out their platform in 17 days on the Binance Smart Chain. You know what that means. This is a good one. And what they are doing is this right here. Wars are organized several times per week on the platform. .x is used to bet on the project you think will perform the best. At the end of each war, the project with the best price performance wins, and then you have your rewards. They also have NFTs they're selling, and also you can get mana if you're right on your wars. If you win the wars, you can get mana. So this is really cool here. They have their NFTs, and I really like those NFTs. And you can buy them on PancakeSwap. And something also that I like is that they're working with the Poly network, and this is also a good sign to me. And like I said, they will bring out their platform in 17 days, so at the end of December, and so it has a chance. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100%, it's going up. It's risky, definitely risky, but with all these numbers here, I think it has the potential to go higher. And I mean, if it at the end is at 10 million market cap, then we're talking about over 10x making your money. This is an easy 10x. It just have to move to 10 millions, what is not a big market cap in the space. So this is my opinion to that. You should definitely check it out yourself. This is not a buy. I'm just showing you this and telling you, hey, maybe you take a look and see some potential and use it. That's it, guys. 28 minutes, a long video. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, after a long time I thought it's some important things to tell you. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you like what you've seen, and come in our Discord. You find the link in the description. Hope to see you there, guys. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you the best. Bye.